We acknowledge the Kaurna people as the traditional owners and custodians of the land in which we record this podcast on today. We also acknowledge that their cultural and heritage beliefs are still as important to the living Kaurna people today and pay our respects to elders both past, present and emerging. Welcome to Shit Talkers Pod with Kellie, Jords and Soph. You may know us from filtered squares on an Instagram feed, but we're here, unfiltered and unbothered, to bring you the good, the bad and the downright offensive. We connected through shit, bonded through shit and grew through shit, literally and figuratively. So who better to open the conversation than the greatest shit talkers you'll ever meet, right? Now let's talk some shit. Hey guys, welcome to the pod. We're just doing a little bit of an intro episode to tell you what we're about and what you can expect from us here on Shit Talkers Pod. We're just going to start by introducing ourselves and telling you who we are.
I'm Kell, otherwise known as Kellie Finlayson's terminally ill wife, and just Kell today. But we also have Soph.
Hey.
And she can introduce herself to you by going over what's on your dating profile.
On my dating profile, it says that I like to talk about poo. It also has a photo of me showing how much I love poo.
Oh, God. I didn't know about this.
Encouraging people to look at their poo.
Is the photo on your edition or is that always been on there?
It's always been on there.
Yeah.
Wait, which
I like to
one?
put it out there. It's the View Your Poo.
Oh, my gosh, you have your Jodie Lee ambassadorship for your poo.
I love you.
Yeah, people are like, oh my God, you're so passionate about this. And other people are like, wow, you must talk a lot of shit. Yes, I do, and you're totally missing the point. Some people get it, though. Some people get, oh, okay, you've got some, correlation to bowel cancer.
And also, just letting everyone know that's listening, Sophie is very much single.
I am. Anyone want to date me?
I'm getting at the point that she is single with this in her dating profile.
Maybe it's a self-sabotage because I don't technically want to get close to anyone.
And Geordie, also here to my left. How would you let people in on who you are in your dating profile?
Well, I have a voice memo on Hinge of me humming to the Imperial March to attract all of my fellow Star Wars fans. And I also ask if they can recite the first 20 elements of the periodic table and pi to 30 digits because that's, yeah.
Just quickly. Also single. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Dating profiles for a reason, clearly.
Okay, there's a reason why neither of us are married.
That's right. Looks like, well, I was married, but it didn't work out for me.
Yeah. Again.
I wonder why.
Also didn't have cancer yet, so we're not really sure what happened there. That's okay.
Kell, do you want to tell our listeners why we're here today?
Yeah, of course. So basically we're here to be, I guess, a safe place that we didn't have when we were newly diagnosed. And I know that that is technically how we know each other. We've been through shit, grown through shit. We've done all the shit. But we also just want people to know that we are people outside of our disease. I guess we've decided that together we can be a voice for people that don't usually have one. It's an uncomfortable conversation and it's a conversation that we all believe is really important to be had, but it's also letting people know that have been, I guess, newly diagnosed with whether it be a chronic disease, whether it be cancer, whether it be any other mental health issues, just anything that's making someone feel, I guess, alone, that they're not alone. There's people out there that also have less of a voice. And I feel like with our platforms and all that we do in order to share messaging around this, that this was just the next best platform and something that we feel that can really help a whole lot more people than we already have. I guess, yeah, it's something that we didn't have when we needed it, and it's something that we want to be for others that do need it now.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
So what you can expect from us is complete honesty, complete transparency, as well as lots of talking about shit, both figuratively, so shit that we do, shit that brought us here, and life. life in general, our experiences with our illnesses. Before, during, after, you can expect some really special guests as well that we will be interviewing, and just a whole lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I reckon fun's probably the most prevalent thing that's going to come across here. It's like, while, yes, we do have dark, deep conversations that are very vulnerable, we also are just funny as hell. And I feel like everyone's going to see that through our natural conversation. Like, while we are here to, I guess, educate, we also don't have a degree, and we just are going off experience and our own experiences and just letting other people feel less alone.
100%. So we want everyone to feel like our friend through this. Work with you guys and answer any questions that you may have, and also just bring the people what they want.
Exactly.
Yeah, and we kind of just want this to feel like a big group FaceTime call with us.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of the vibe we're going for. So
100%.
hopefully we can achieve that.
Yeah, I 100%. And I think with the intention of like creating, I guess, that community that we already have, but bringing it together to make one bigger community. And I myself am a podcast listener, and I genuinely get such a happy vibe, or it's like my dose of melatonin each day.
Yeah.
Just listening to a podcast.
Dose of dopamine.
That one. What's melatonin?
Puts you to sleep.
I need that too.
Yeah.
But dose of dopamine for the day, and it genuinely gets me through my mornings if I've had a shit start to the day.
Yeah.
Whether it be literally or figuratively. Whether I've had just a day from hell. Like, there's days that you need things to pick you up, and I feel like that's what I want to be for other people.
100%. And we will be talking to guests that have some sort of foot in the medical space.
Yep.
Guests from all walks of life. So people from our family that have experienced our illnesses with us and how they have found it. Other people about fitness and how that can tie in with chronic illness, and just a bit of everything. We want to cover all bases.
I guess just anyone who's been through some sort of shit, because everyone's shit is different, but I feel like everyone has been through some shit. Most people have been through some shit in their life. So I feel like everyone's got a bit of shit to talk.
And no one's shit is too small. You know what I mean? Like, no one's issue or experience is smaller than anyone else's.
You shouldn't feel less than just because you're not terminally ill.
Exactly. And
like, absolutely, I have every excuse under the sun to be a sad sack of shit. But also, if you spilled your coffee this morning, that's shit.
100%.
If you broke up with your boyfriend this morning, that's shit. Like, it's all.
But they're
all
probably
relative.
a douchebag anyway.
Is there something you need to tell us, Jordy? Where'd that come from?
Your secret
Have you
boyfriend?
broken up with someone?
I don't know. It's just random. You need to have a boyfriend to break up with them in the first place, and I don't even get past the first 3 messages. So
I totally feel that.
I feel like that's entirely your own
fault.
Not fault as in like you haven't done anything wrong, but I feel like you are just super selective with who you want in your life now, and I don't blame you.
Which is so good. And we are just 3 normal women that have had some extremely bad luck in a lot of ways, but also
not normal experiences.
Not normal circumstances, but we have normal lives as well. And I feel like that really relates to people, and we want to put that across and live every day and share that with everyone and show that life can go on even through the most disgusting times.
Life gets to be good if you want it to be.
100%.
Oh, absolutely. And that's a really good way to put it. Like, you make your own luck in life, I think, and that's, I guess, what we do.
And nothing happens for a goddamn reason.
That's right. And
what is the reason?
Give me the reason.
Exactly. And if you've been through shit, you need to walk through it. And we're here to hold your hand and to be your best friend while you're doing it.
I 100%. I mean, I am my own best friend, so I don't know how much more of that I can give, but I can be your friend.
What about my best friend? That's me. I'll be your best friend.
I love us.
She's high on Palexia. We're going to start off each episode with ourselves or guests with our good,
bad,
and offensive.
So I heard that you were talking shit So, what's your good?
My good is, it's a bit of a mixed emotion one. So my good is that my psychologist broke up with me yesterday because she said that I'm in such a good place that I don't need to see her as often. So
My face right now is like, oh, that's not good.
I know it is good because she is so impressed with my progress, but also she's available to me should I need her. So instead of an appointment every 2 weeks or once a month, my next appointment is until February now. And so that's a really good thing, even though it feels like a breakup in a way, and I'm a bit sad about it because I love her. I am filled with such hope that I have come so far mentally that that's my good.
I'm shook.
That's
I
why
need. You think I still need
No,
lots of help?
I need lots of help.
Yeah.
But that's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bloody awesome.
Yeah, like she has been so monumental in helping me rebuild my scaffold of my self-worth, as well as just being a sounding board just for random things. Sometimes I'll go into a session and I'm like, I have nothing to talk to you about, and it's just literal word vomit. So
Shit.
yeah, exactly. So it's been really good. So I'm really happy about that. That's been real positive. And also psychologists are very expensive. So my purse strings are happy about that one.
That is
Yeah.
you're not wrong at all, especially once I know that you can get like your doctor's health plan or whatever it's called, your mental health plan, but as soon as you've used those 10 sessions
Yeah.
in your 2 weeks that you probably
Yeah.
use those first 10 sessions when you need them, it's like it's so
It's like
expensive.
$240 for an hour.
We're a group of girls that aren't very financially stable at the
Yeah.
moment with all that we have to pay for, and
Yeah.
it's just an extra expense that you just have to scrape the barrel
Yeah.
for.
More collateral damage of illness.
Exactly.
My bad is that.
Good.
What was my bad?
We're off to a great start here.
Oh, my bad is that I figured out that I can't have McFlurries anymore.
Oh no.
I know, it's really bad.
That's a trigger.
Yeah, it's a trigger. McFlurries are a trigger for me. So I treated myself last night. I was like, ooh, feel like a McFlurry in bed. Jax had fallen asleep because otherwise he's like, why don't you order me something? And I just wanted my McFlurry moment. And then it wasn't a very pleasant evening. So that was my bad. So
I mean, at least you found your trigger.
one of my triggers. I feel like I
Yeah.
have many triggers. And my offensive is, you girls, you're going to die. So I went to an event last Friday and I was in the ladies' toilets, and I came out and someone had sprayed perfume and it smelled really nice. And as someone who doesn't have a rectum, I get really self-conscious about whether or not I smell because I don't have control over when I pass wind or anything like that. And I said to this young girl, she was probably early 20s, I said, oh my gosh, your perfume smells amazing. Do you mind if I have a spray? And I said, because, you know, I am recovering from bowel cancer and I just get really self-conscious and I didn't bring any with me, and I feel like I need some. And she goes, no.
Oh, what? Oh, what do you mean?
She said, no, you can't have a spray of my perfume.
Are you fucking
What?
No, that's my offensive. A spray of perfume. She wouldn't let me have a spray of perfume. But there was another lady there and she was like, looked at me with this horrified look, and she said, here, you can borrow mine. I was like, thank you so much. And she's like, what the fuck?
What?
I'm fucking gobsmacked.
Yeah.
I wish I was there because I probably would have known them. They seem like my age.
Yeah. Oh, younger.
Younger than me.
Yeah. So I said, like, I'm recovering from bowel cancer. I just am really self-conscious. Do you
are
mind if I
here.
have a spray of your perfume?
You
I
are
was there.
here supporting Jodie Lee Foundation, which is
Yeah.
a bowel cancer association, and this bitch.
Yep. Said no to a spray of perfume.
I'm mortified.
And not only that, what happened to Girl Code? Like,
I
even
know.
if it wasn't a bowel cancer event,
Yeah.
even if you hadn't
Just
mentioned
general.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Who says no when another girl says, do you mind if, like, do you have deodorant or do you have
Yeah.
Do you have a
perfume or
mint?
something?
Do you have?
Yes.
Do you have a spare tampon
Yeah,
if we got our
literally.
periods? Like, you know, it was just, I was like, I didn't know what to say. I was so taken aback because that's just not how I am as a person in general. And I just don't understand her whole attitude. It was just very bizarre.
Wow.
That's so fucking rude.
Yeah.
Sorry for my swearing.
So that's my offensive.
That is offensive. That
Yeah.
is extremely offensive, regardless of the situation. That
Yeah.
I'm shook.
Yep.
I hope she was so drunk that she's not remembered that because, God, I would feel terrible waking up the next day thinking that I did that.
I hope that you never get caught in a situation where you need something in an emergency and no one helps you out.
Literally.
It was an emergency.
It wasn't, but
it's about like feeling good. And at that point, I'd had like a few accidents during the day and I had to change from undies to nappies. So I was a bit, on edge and worried that I stunk, even though I probably didn't, that I just wanted that little safety net. And she just flat out said, no.
I hope the next time, like, this person, if they ever come into a situation where their period leaks through their pants or something, I hope
no one tells them.
A jump. Yeah, no one tells them and no one offers them a jumper to tie around their waist or anything.
Geordie, we don't want bad things for people.
No,
but don't. But I like.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
Sit down, bitch, be humble kind of thing. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
wow.
if you're not willing to help somebody when they are in need in some way, shape,
and genuinely asking for it.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's my offensive.
And we always tell people, like, if you need help, ask for it. We always tell people that.
Yeah.
And then you ask and shut down.
No, straight
wow.
to the face.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
And I would have rather her lied and be like, oh, it wasn't my perfume or I don't have any,
Yeah.
than her to say no. Yeah. I was completely gobsmacked.
But I wouldn't even give a fuck if my perfume was like a $300, $400 perfume and somebody asked and explained why, even if you didn't explain why. Sure, go ahead.
No, crazy. I
Some
feel like we
people-
should ask our listeners if they've ever had an experience like that. We might put up a question box on our Instagram page.
Yeah, we can come back to it next episode.
Exactly. We can
Absolutely.
touch base with that. All right, Geordie. Good, bad, offensive.
Oh, I think you pointed out my good for the day before. My good is that my boobs look elite right now.
Her
Like,
boobs. Oh my God,
they
I
look
can't.
elite.
It's like your infant immunity boosters
I
Have
know.
gone straight to my boobs.
have hit you with puberty as well.
It actually feels like I'm going through a second puberty at the moment, and my boobs are sore 24/7. Pregnant. Well,
You need to have sex to do that.
yeah, you gotta like have some sort of contact with the male species for that. But like I can stand up and I can jiggle them. Like look, they jiggle. They jiggle.
Jiggle,
Sorry,
jiggle,
that's-
jiggle,
that is,
jiggle.
like way too much for.
No, but this is like, you haven't always had boobs like that though,
No,
right?
I've literally been like as flat as a surfboard.
And that top is doing things.
Thank you.
And also it's just you, girl.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my good for the day. My bad, that my McDonald's coffee was cold this morning. That was just
What, like they served it to you cold?
well, it wasn't super cold, but it wasn't hot enough for me. And then by the time I got to it, it was cold. I've already heated it up once.
Don't heat it up again. You'll probably give yourself.
Food poisoning. Yeah. And my offensive is that I had to break into Kellie Finlayson's house 2 days ago. I locked myself out.
Okay, tell me about this. What happened?
You don't know about this?
No,
Okay,
tell me about this.
Okay, firstly, she was very kindly dog and house sitting because we don't like leaving our dogs or our house alone when we are away
I
for
could do that
obvious
anytime
reasons.
as well.
You have your own house. Anyway, Geordie.
Did you lock yourself out of the house or what
Yeah,
happened?
so I went to go outside to put my bag of poo.
Her stoma.
Not the dog's poo, your bag of
No,
poo.
my nappy bag of poo
Yeah.
in the bin outside. And then this big gust of wind came and slammed the front door. So I didn't have my wig on me at the time. Fortunately, I had my phone in my pocket. So didn't have my wig on me. There was no way in hell I was going to knock on like the neighbour's door and ask for assistance.
Right, is that because Kelly's drilled into your head about
it's
your
'cause I know-
hair?
It's because I know full well that it was not a look. Like it was fully.
This was 7 a.m.
Back.
Like, just gotten out of bed.
I hadn't even had a
Fresh bag change, just
Yeah.
got out of bed.
I hadn't even had a coffee by this point. Like I was sleep deprived because I didn't go to bed till late. My own fault. But yeah, so I got locked out, and then I spent the next hour. I was sitting on the porch. Then I was walking back and forth from side to side. I was trying to work out how to get in, and it took about an hour. Many phone calls to my auntie asking her
How
to
do I
climb-
break into a
how to-
house?
how do I climb a fence? And eventually, I managed to catapult myself back in. And
Just quickly, she now knows that the fence wasn't locked because it broke in a gust of wind, and all she had to do was move the brick that's holding it in place.
And how tall is this fence?
Couple meters.
well, it's taller than all of us.
It's taller than Jeremy, and he's 1.96. So
Right. So how the hell did you climb it?
The bin.
So I put the bin right up next to it and I like catapulted over the top, and I didn't listen to my auntie's advice when she told me how to climb the fence. So I like fully got over the top, but I still had one leg like stuck on the fence as I got to the bottom.
Oh my
And I had to, like,
gosh, splits.
Yeah, no, it literally was. And yeah, I'm wishing that I put the camera down to film it because it would have been fucking gold.
I wish the police came.
Oh,
See, that is what I was worried about. I was worried about the neighbours because I sent Kell a message and I was like, and she didn't see it till later, but it was just like are your neighbours going to call the cops if they see me breaking into your house?
Oh my gosh. So was the back door open?
Yes.
Okay, thank God.
So
that which is the back door's open, which is why the gust of wind has shut the front door because of the
Right.
tunnel of air.
Yeah, and during this time, the dogs were like unsupervised in the house. So they went into Sophia's room because the door was open in there.
Oh no.
They went into Sophia's room and then they went into your room where I put my bag, and like they went and they grabbed the stuff out of my bag, and I like walked in here and there's like shorts, singlets, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Do you know what they should have done? You steal it, you wear it.
Oh my
Put
god.
on the door.
Yes. Yeah.
That would have been so good.
So that's your badge.
That's her offensive.
Oh, you're offensive.
Yeah.
Because I think it's offensive that I actually
It's so
break into
funny.
your house. Like,
And I thought the worst part for me is because I wasn't on the phone, so I wasn't watching the cameras. I didn't even get to bloody watch
no.
it.
Oh, you didn't record it.
No, and Jess just goes, "Why is Geordie sitting outside for so long?" So he saw her. He knew she was out there, but
And I
but
would've
failed
just-
to let me know that she was out there.
Jeremy.
And the worst part is that I was like carting your bin back and forth across the lawn,
Working out which fence was easier to climb.
Yeah, and he was like, what the fuck does she need the bin for? Like, what is she doing with the bins? Break.
But I'm very impressed with your ability to launch yourself over a fence.
I mean, okay, Kelly, you don't know this part, but my initial thoughts were that I saw like that there was gravel and I was going to burrow.
Oh my
But I
gosh,
started to
no. You were going to like
Under
tunnel
the-
your way under the
All
fence.
she had to do was move a brick, and it would have
I
opened.
was
Why didn't you tell her?
Well, he didn't know what she was doing.
He probably just
And
thought I was
she had
having-
messaged me, but I was, first of all, I missed it when I woke up, and then I was busy, and I messaged her back at 9:30, like, did you get in?
He probably just thought, what the fuck is she doing? Like, who
Yeah.
have we left to look after her?
But also, she was just sat outside on the chair, which I do all the time. So he probably thought she was just enjoying the sunshine in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But that's where we get morning sun.
But I was initially gonna just burrow underneath, and then
Oh,
I
no.
felt the bottom of the fence, and I
that would have
realized
been my
that
last thought
you know,
to burrow underneath.
that was my first thought. And I thought that maybe, like, you know, I watched so much Prison Break, you'd think that I would.
Referring back to Prison Break, she's like,
I was
I've
thinking,
got
what
this.
would Michael Schofield do in this situation? And then I felt the bottom of the fence.
And then you referred
realised,
to your tattoos and was like,
okay, so this one actually says that I should slither.
oh my gosh, it does too. It's a snake.
So I started to burrow, but I realized that I was probably going to rip my bag open on the fence if I slid under. So
Not ideal.
But
Yeah,
it's
I-
funny how that's the only thing that stopped you from
Was the bottom of the fence.
burrowing under the fence.
Yeah.
it's not the first time I've done that at someone's house when I've locked myself out with a gust of wind. I did it at my grandparents'.
You were
And
such
you
a
went
special
under the
human.
fence, not over it.
So the garage door would only open to like this far off the ground. So I stuck some shit underneath of it to hold it up. Then there was a dead bird next to me, and I had to like full shimmy underneath. So yeah, it's not the first time I've done it. So that's why this is my first rodeo.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Yeah, Kelly, what's your good, bad, and offensive?
I'm just recovering. My good is that my 2024 goals are all going to be absolutely killed because
Yes, they are.
I am putting up boundaries. I've already started, and I am manifesting the shit out of the goals that I have set. And yeah, my good is just that I know that it's going to be easier to have them come to fruition now that
You're
I've
in
put
control
myself
first. You're in control.
Yeah.
So proud of you.
Thank
because
you.
this has been a theme for you for quite some time, and you got it.
I did. Yeah, it's been months coming, and for my own mental health, I've done it, and I'm going to do big and
Yeah.
better things.
And do you know what? That's such a good growth for you personally as
Mhm.
well.
Yeah, exactly. Starting to put myself first, which I've never done in any circumstances
No.
ever.
Yeah.
It's always been someone else's feelings or whatever above my own, and I've finally put myself first for once in my entire life.
My
which
little
is
girl's growing up.
I know. Yeah. My bad. There's a few. I'll probably bring my bad in from the live show because that's probably still lingering a bit. I know it's been a couple weeks now, but it's still lingering as my bad. Is that my bloods had an unfortunate spike. I had an emergency CT, and we have made the remarkable discovery. Who knew that terminal cancer patients have cancer their whole life? But I have to start treatment again, and we don't know what that's going to look like. I wish I could bring that to you, but I've just got to put my trust in my doctors again, and that's just...
It's hard to surrender.
It is, and I feel like I have surrendered 2 years ago now. And
so much.
And I know that is my, I guess, safety net, and like as soon as I'm out of the treatment process, I kind of freak out myself out a little bit more, but it's hard to know that I'm going to have to continuously surrender to them, go back. Lucky I love my nurses because God, that place is hard to come to. To enter,
And also, this is another really good point about trusting your own instincts about your health, because it wasn't through a routine blood test. You actually felt like something was wrong.
Yeah.
And you proactively, with forcefulness from me, went and got some tests. So that's a positive in that way, but it's fucking shit.
Yeah, it is. It's the bad that reminds me why when I'm having a bad day like that, it reminds me of how good my good days are, which I guess we need to have them to
100%.
to appreciate the good days, but at the same time I wish we didn't have to have them at this extent.
No. And it's also a reminder of like your illness.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's easy to forget because you're just so used to living with it and all the collateral that has come with it. And then it's like, bam, in your face, bitch.
It's like, haha, you thought you were smooth sailing.
Yeah.
You thought you were smooth sailing? Well, I got news for you. I'm going to grow by 2 millimeters. But any growth is growth, so we're just going to get on top of it and hope for the best that we can stabilise it again. And I guess it is still very stable, but it's not as stable as I'd like it to be.
Well, you need chemo, so it's
obviously not. Exactly. Yeah. And chemo is the devil.
It is.
The devil. My offensive for this week... Well, I have really turned my offensive around, and it's no longer being a pushover because that is now my good, which is fantastic. So I'm going to have to go with a new offensive. And I think it might be that I'm offending myself in a way because I make so many goddamn plans that when it comes to fulfilling them, whether it be work, whether it be socializing, whether it be parenting, whether it be managing my husband's life, I have all of these things that I need to do and I don't write it down.
Right. So your offensive is then...
I'm unorganized as hell.
Double booked
to the freaking nines.
And do you know, like I'm such an old school, I need a physical diary. Yeah. I've tried to start using my phone more, but it's hard.
It's so physical diary because you kind of hold yourself accountable. Because
you can't just dot it out. Like you either have to physically rub it out or... But I'm just unorganized, and I know that now, in particular, I have to be so much more organized, especially if I want to make an income, if I want to be able to still socialize. And I also need to realize that I can't do it all.
That's the hard thing.
Which I think once you've written it down and you've got the calendar, you kind of see, oh shit, that day is real busy, I'm going to have to cut back. Whereas if you just make the plans off the top of your head, you're like, yeah, I can be there in 15 minutes, so I can just do back to back to back, because everywhere in Adelaide is max 20 minutes away. Yeah. I can be there back to back to back. But then like it comes to doing that day, and like I guess it's a completely different offensive. It's not the list making, but it's putting yourself back to back to back. You're exhausted. Like I need to remember that I'm not who I was 5 years ago. Like I'm a completely different person. I'm tired more often. Like my life is now a marathon, whereas I used to run them. Like
and also you need to save some to fill your own bucket as well as saving energy, obviously, for Sophia.
I'm like pouring from an empty cup some days, and it's just It is my own fault because I'm not organised and I don't write it down.
Well, girl, what are you going to do about it?
But yeah, I bought a diary yesterday, guys.
Good.
Oh,
I know, 2024, and I'm not starting it till the 1st of Jan either. I'm not even like that either.
What?
I'm not like a start on a Monday, start on a new year. Like, I'm not that person, but I'm not buying a diary for the last week of the year. So I just bought a 2024 one. I'm just going to go with it.
But you've already got stuff written in there.
For next year. Yeah. And I've just got like my so I've got my daily planner on the fridge, so I've just used that as my last week of
Jordy's. Oh my God, Jordy's Stomer's
Can it
farting.
It's talking.
decided it would like to be a guest.
It's talking. But yeah, so that's my offensive, is that I'm an unorganized, lazy mole at the moment. But we're gonna get through it.
You will.
And we've already put things in place.
We have. We got this.
Because if I hadn't have done that, I would have just got a friggin' talking to.
And
I'm
like,
glad I'd already got the diary.
And I think the other thing is especially living with an illness of any sort, it makes life so unpredictable. Like you have no predictability. So sometimes it's easier to live spontaneously and make plans. I don't even make plans these days to catch up with people because I cancel them on the day because you don't know how you're going to wake up tomorrow morning. No. You don't know if you're going to wake up in a pile of shit. Like, you don't know what your morning's going to start like. You actually don't know.
And that unpredictability comes with even just having a kid, let alone having a chronic illness.
Yeah, exactly. And especially one that's bowel related.
Oh.
With the unpredictable nature of bowels, it's just...
Yeah, exactly. Hell. People can wake up with perfectly good bowels and still have diarrhea. So imagine not having an anus.
Yeah. Well, we have anuses.
Sorry, rectum.
Sphincters.
Do you know what that reminds me of? Well, every single time we speak about sphincters is the oh my God, what's the movie called? Come on.
Can you tell us who's in it?
And what it's about?
Oh my God.
Now we're playing charades.
Oh my God. No, I'm going to look it up.
Sphincter movie.
It'll come up straight away.
Pause.
Sorry.
Can Jeremy bring us coffee?
Yeah, he actually can.
Oh, that'd be great.
He sat at the sushi restaurant.
What's he doing there?
Eating. Oh. Oh my God, what's it called? American Pie.
What's a sphincter in American Pie?
The American Pie. I spelled that wrong.
SPH.
What's his name? Oh, anyway, it's irrelevant. I'll find it later. But yeah, he calls he talks to someone and calls them a sphincter as like a insult, yeah. And it just reminds me of that every single time because it's like a joke and like we think it's funny, but like so many people would think that's offensive.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
but that's why we're here, the good, the bad, and the offensive. So
sometimes explosive.
Yep.
Man of the hour. If you don't have your husband's location, you're a liar. Hey, he's gone somewhere. Where is he going? He's in the car. Oh, maybe he's cleaning his car. He's at the car wash. Can you please get the three of us coffees on the way home? Can you please turn the radio down? Thank you. That's fine, but can you bring us a coffee home on the way to get the cans?
Yeah, let's go get more coffees. What do you want? Send me your list.
Yeah, okay, we will. Thank you.
Love you.
Bye. Thank you.
Okay, just going to go get the cans.
The cans.
Come get the cans.
An extra hot.
Sugar, extra.
Just like you and your boobs.
Extra
thank you. Seriously, like, look at them.
Oh my God.
They move.
Okay, you need that video on your dating profile.
So what I was going to say is, how much can you tell about a person by their coffee order?
So what does my coffee order tell you?
You're just a standard
You're
woman.
a sweet tooth.
No, you're just standard. I feel like a cat with the sugar is just standard. Whereas like someone that drinks long black, they're a fitness freak / worried about the weight /
yes, I agree.
Need an extra hit. Someone that has an almond cap, similar. Worried about the extra calories. Little do they know that the almond milk they use is actually got more calories in it. Because the almond milk you buy from a shop has like 40 calories per serve.
Yeah.
But the almond milk in a
cafe
barista is more
and it
than
usually has sugar in it.
Yeah. And it's got sugar in it, yes. A skim cap is just standard office woman.
Okay.
I feel.
What about latte? Skim latte?
Oh,
Same
yeah, like
thing.
skim, like lattes.
Lattes I feel like are a mum order.
So I feel like a latte is like proper.
Yeah.
A flat white old person.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Flat white old person. Really any alternate milk people think they've got an
They're a hipster.
intolerance. So like I have oat milk because I think that I'm drinking my breakfast because you have oats for breakfast. So I
Oh
Girl
my
math.
gosh,
I
Kelly.
girl math. And when I'm on the go, I feel like I'm doing both. I'm two things in one stone. I know that it's completely wrong, but do you get me? So I think I'm going to actually put this out to the pod Instagram and see what their order is and what they do for work, or what age they are, what status they are, why they drink it. And I'm going to find out and I'm going to prove my point.
Done. Let's do
Do you
it.
not think though that I feel like a coffee tells a lot about a person?
To be honest, I haven't really thought about it in that much depth.
Okay, well I have. So now you're going to.
Now I will. Now I'm going to judge everyone.
So like, and like you, mocha. So
I
you're
have two
basically a
different ones.
child.
Yeah,
I have
you
two
are-
different ones. I have a mocha. So it's like I usually go large, skinny. No, it doesn't have to be skinny, but I just skinny mocha.
Well, they
extra
taste
hot.
better
Yeah.
because there's less milk, there's
Yeah,
more water. I
exactly.
agree.
I
So I
love
do extra
milk.
hot, extra chopped, and then what I order from McDonald's about 3 to 4 times every single day is a large, skinny caramel latte, extra hot.
See, caramel latte,
See,
you're a child.
yeah.
Anything with the added, like, the chocolate
Yeah.
or the, like,
And
syrups, you don't actually like
Yeah.
coffee.
Yeah.
I don't mind a black coffee. Like I can do it. It's just that I prefer. I think it's kind of like
You're not in it for the caffeine. You're in it for the actually enjoying the drink.
experience.
And I have decaf as well, and I'm okay with decaf.
Yeah,
It's
so you
not
are in it
just-
for the experience.
Yeah, and I mean, for the most part, my first coffee needs to be caffeine, so I get that energy kick. But then after that, I'm happy with decaf because,
Yeah.
it's kind of like people who smoke. When they give up smoking, you replace it with another habit.
Yeah.
For me, it's a habit I like. It's mostly
You
because
like
I
having a
driving.
drink.
Yeah, I like having something in my hand,
Yeah.
and that's why I love driving. Is because I drink my coffee while I drive.
So similar to this is like when I go to an event, because I don't drink alcohol very often. When I go to an event, like I went to a wedding on the weekend, everyone was absolutely blue. I had a cup of soda water in my hand to make me feel like I was part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas I only actually had one glass of
Mm-hmm.
I had a cruiser actually, one glass of cruiser,
Yeah,
the entire
exactly.
thing, because that's what they had on offer that wasn't friggin' cat piss. Like I don't like wine.
Yeah.
I like a nice rosé or a expensive champagne, but
Mm.
I don't like the taste of it, so it has to be like a good one.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that I could cheers, I had
Yeah.
one glass of cruiser, and then the rest of the time I was just carrying around a soda water because they put a little thing in it.
I need to do that because I feel like alcohol is one of my triggers too.
Yeah, well, it is a trigger for me as well. So
Yeah.
whenever I know that there's no immediate access to a toilet,
Yeah.
you bet your bottom dollar I am not drinking.
I just
Like,
get so excited though. I'm
I
just
know.
like, I'm out.
I know it's same, and like I'll go out for drinks with friends, and I always get stupidly very expensive a slow gin sour because I enjoy it, and I'm there to enjoy the process rather than get drunk now because I know
Yeah.
that if I get drunk, I'm gonna shit myself.
But when I'm drunk and I shit myself, I care less.
Yes, also that, but then I feel
So
like
if you're going to shoot yourself, you might as well just be drunk while doing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Because then at least
or high on Plexia, similar to the coffee, like the comfort of holding something, even
Yeah.
like in a photo, for
Yeah.
example, like you want to be
Yes.
holding something. Yeah,
It
yeah,
makes
it's just
it
the
less
comfort of
awkward.
holding something.
It's less awkward because you're not like I'm literally sitting here now. What do I do with my hands? It's just a
Yeah.
awkward thing.
Yeah, you
Because
keep
when I
like
have
tapping your
coffee-
iPad.
Yeah, and I keep just sitting here playing with my nails, but it's like when you've got a coffee, you've always got
Something to
in your
hold.
hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I think kind of, it's also like people who like to snack throughout the day. I love snacking.
That's me.
But I love having a coffee because I can just sit there and it feels like I'm snacking, you know. I'm
Yeah.
and it's not like it's just a black coffee. It's full of milk. It's full of sugar. So I'm
But
still
you
getting
need the calories.
that's
Yeah.
exactly it. And a lot of people say to me, "Oh, well, why do you drink so much coffee? Why do you drink all of this and that? That's so much sugar." And I'm like, my dietitian actually says it's a good thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And
My
everyone
dad.
else can shut the fuck up.
Literally.
Sorry. Unless we ask for your advice, keep it to yourself.
Yes, and if you're listening to this, you're technically asking for advice, so it's your
Sorry.
fault.
you ask for it. Exactly.
Yeah, you
Just a
tuned
disclaimer, we
in.
are not medical practitioners.
No, we are not, but we are very well at giving advice off the back of experience.
Yeah.
We are.
Experience is
It's a powerful thing.
very, very, very powerful thing. But
All
yeah,
right. Can I share a story?
you can.
Of course you can.
So I had an event on Friday, which was really, really fun. It was the polo, and it was with the Jodie Lee Foundation, and I felt really good. I had my makeup done. I borrowed a beautiful 2-piece set from my sister. Thank you, Danny. It's the first time she's ever dressed me, not the other way around.
Yeah.
And was feeling good. And so before I was diagnosed with cancer last year, I had been dating a guy for about 5 months. right? But we'd known each other for 3 years as friends, and yeah, everything was great. He was actually doing a lot of work on himself when we were dating because he wanted to become like the best version of himself to be with me because he'd had like a traumatic relationship also, he told me. I mean, who knows what the fuck, but now I see it in a different light and it was probably him. So when I was diagnosed at the start, he was really, really supportive. And I said to him, I understand this is a lot to take on. If you need to take a step back, let me know and we can just be friends. Like, I totally get it. It's a massive thing, especially when you had only been intimate for 5 months. It wasn't like a long-term relationship, but we still had a friendship that it was okay that he would be my friend. Anyway, he was like, no, we're going to get through this together. I know you can do it. So I was like, okay, cool, awesome. So at the start, he was really supportive, calling me all the time, checking in. And then I was booked in to go get my ileostomy. And he's like, let me know what room you'll be in, hospital. And so I did. When I was admitted, I said, I'm in this room. I would love you to come and see me if you get time. And he then proceeded to block me on everything and ghost me. So not only was I dealing with a cancer diagnosis, starting fertility treatment, about to get a stoma, which is a life-changing event, you know, having your intestines on the outside of your body. But he had then
about to go through chemo.
Yeah, he had then blocked me on everything and just never wrote back.
So I knew about this part, but I feel like where this story is going, I don't know about yet, and I'm really nervous.
Yeah. So, and at the time he was 39. 39. And I'd given him an easy out, right?
It sounds like a 25-year-old guy.
That's right. That's right. You know, I was fully prepared for him to go, yeah.
All he had to do was say, yep.
Like, this is a lot. I can only be there if he was a friend. Totally would have accepted that. Yeah. So at this event on Friday, and I was talking to a beautiful woman that I had met there, and she's single as well. And we were just talking about dating and stuff like that. And then I just had a feeling that I was going to see him that day. And so I saw the back of him and I was like, oh, see that guy? She goes, oh, yeah, he's really attractive. And I told her the story about how he ghosted me when I was diagnosed with cancer. And she's like, what the fuck? So I spotted him before he spotted me, which was a good thing. So he was there with just one mate. I feel like he's going to be the type of person that's single forever.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that I clocked him first. So then he saw me and his face just dropped. I 100% believe that he wouldn't have known if I was dead or alive, right?
Yeah.
And I'm so proud of myself because I just looked straight through him. But the coward, like, that would have been his perfect opportunity, right, to come up to me and
ask
say,
how you were even.
Yeah, hey, how are you?
Yeah.
Like, I'm really sorry for the way I
even
acted.
without the apology, just like,
Hey,
how are you going?
Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, saw him. And I just had a feeling I'd see him that day. So that was the first time I'd seen him. What a pig. But then they announced me over the loudspeaker and I was like, suck on that bitch.
Yeah. What an absolute coward, though. The fact that he had the opportunity to almost redeem himself in a way, to a degree, by at least...
Like, you were friends
making an effort.
first.
Yeah, exactly.
But, and like, I get, like, the apology probably didn't even cross his mind because he wasn't expecting to see you, so he hadn't, like, worked himself up to that. But even just oh my gosh,
Or
you
hi.
look well. Like,
Yeah.
you look well.
Yeah.
Like, last time I
I'm
saw
so
you, you
glad
did
you're-
not look well.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I'm happy for you. Even just like, I'm happy for you.
yeah.
You don't have to be involved with my life. That's
No.
fine. I don't expect you to. I don't want you to. But hi. Wave.
Yeah.
It's one word, one gesture. That's literally it.
Yeah.
I'm done. You
I
had
know.
a fucked Friday.
Well, yeah, it was fucked, but it was also a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, but like the things that came up were just like not even like the things that we would expect, like the
No.
shitting yourself or anything. It was like people problems.
Being assholes.
Just be kind, for God's sake.
I know, just
It's
be
really
a
not
decent
hard.
human. No.
Oh.
So, yeah, there was quite a few encounters with some nasty people, but I didn't let it ruin my day. And I'm really, really proud of my progress that I've made within myself because I wouldn't have normally acted that way.
Wow.
Coffee's here.
Hello. Oh, awesome.
Mm.
Thank you. Legend.
Oh, thanks, Dal.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, my love.
Sorry,
Are you gonna
we've
go get the
taken over your
cans?
house. Have you crushed the cans? Do you know there's a business that you can call and they actually deliver a bin to you
Totally.
for the cans? Yeah.
For Jodie Lee, and
Why
all
don't
the
you
money
do
goes
that?
to Jodie Lee, yeah.
And then
That's
they
so
come and pick
good.
it up.
He gets a kick out of going and taking the
Do you?
cans.
Bless you.
He loves it.
Is it going to be used for like buying your lovely wife a Christmas present? What?
The ring light that I ordered myself online on Amazon.
Oh, but he paid
And
for
no,
it.
I also paid for it. I'll wrap it though.
Oh my gosh.
We have to
Jamie?
eventually.
But you are going to be introduced as Kellie Finlayson's husband.
Yeah.
That's like
And
your introductory.
I feel like it would be a really good, like how does a husband deal with it? Do you want to check the sound for a sec?
What?
Oh, you haven't been recording.
No, I have. You guys are recorded.
You're not.
I'm muted. So next week we're going to hear from our very own shit talker, Kellie Finlayson. You may know her as Jeremy Finlayson's terminally ill wife, but we know her a whole lot better and you're about to as well. So tune in as we put Kellie in the shit seat.